Well, good morning everybody. Today is do-it-yourself day because I'm going to be changing my power assisted steering reservoir because for the past year or so it's been making this very annoying whirring and whiny noise which is a bit inconsistent. It kind of sounds like two cats underwater about to embark a fight. So I wanted to change it and I'll overlay a video for you so you can have a listen to it yourself. Now, I'm not sure if you're able to hear it in that video, but I can tell you for sure it is definitely there and it is more prominent than other times. It's quite random and it seems to happen when it is at slower speeds or when your car's idling. And then when you turn the steering wheel lock to lock, it seems to kind of make that noise disappear. So I've seen on the forums that this is a common issue with the M156 and it is due to the power steering reservoir effectively getting clogged because it's got like an internal filter over time which does get clogged and you cannot replace the internal filter. You've got to buy the whole housing in the reservoir itself to basically get rid of that clogged noise. It's also a non-serviceable item, so you will have to replace it eventually under your own steam, and people typically say that it will last around to 60 to 70,000 miles until you need to replace it. Well, my car's done around 53,000, I would say for the past 8,000 miles, it's been making that really annoying noise. So I've got the new reservoir here, so all I need to do now is get the old one out, do a fluid flush, and then put the new one in. So let's get started. Right, so first and foremost, you want to open the bonnet up and then take off this little metal cover, which is just kind of clipped in areas. Yeah, start from the middle here, and then work your way to the edges, and eventually should come off. There we go, it comes off like that, and then you are exposed to the area where the power steering reservoir is located, which is there. Next up, we're going to want to take off this rubber piece, which I suppose just comes off with these little clips here. These two have proven to be a bit of a pain to get off, so I'm going to use some WD-40 to try and alleviate some pressure, because this is just ridiculous. I don't want to pull it too hard in case I rip it or tear it. That came off, and this one's come off at the same time. Right, so before we go any further and dismantle this and take it out, we probably want to get rid of all of the fluid inside of there. So I bought something which can extract that, which I'll show you now. So I bought this multi-use transfer pump from Amazon for around £8.50. It's got basically a pump. You put the top hose into the reservoir and then you pump it, and obviously the liquid goes down to the bottom hose, and you put that like this is like a little bottle to dispose of the old liquid. I've heard people can use like turkey basters or just like a normal syringe to get it all out, but I just thought I'd buy this so I've got it for future use. Right, so pop the cap off. And then put in your hose into the reservoir as deep as it can. And then start pumping. And what I'm actually seeing here, the power steering fluid is meant to be green, but what I'm really seeing is what I can only describe as traces of urine. Just another top tip is to probably move around this hose in the housing to make sure there's no areas which haven't been drained out, because I found when I moved it around there's still more liquid to come. So surely this must be the culprit to why my power steering was so noisy, because look how dark that liquid is. It's literally a shade of dark brown. Not good. Next up, we're going to take off this bolt here, which is a T30, as you can see here, and we're going to take it off just to make it a bit more manoeuvrable for when we take off the hoses which are attached to it. My screwdriver won't fit, so I've had to resort to an Allen key to slacken it off, which hopefully should do the job. Right, now should be able to unscrew it. Next up, we're going to want to take off this little hose here and just move it out of the way so we've got more room to get this housing out. Now I think these are quite fragile from what I've heard, so just be careful of it so you don't break it. Okay, I finally got it free. What I think you should do is unclip it all around here first so it's wiggling free, and then pull it with all your force from here, but hold it from the stronger point, not the more I suppose it's all quite strong actually. Just hold it from here and pull as hard as you can, and eventually it'll wiggle free. But yeah, remove all this first and you've got a bit more leverage. Now we're just going to want to unclip it from here, and we're also going to want to unclip it from here and the one beneath it, to just give it the best chance of giving it more wiggle room before we tackle what I've heard these horrendous clips are. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this power steering reservoir and then place a blanket underneath it, and then I'll also put a plastic bag underneath that just to ensure there's no spillages and no spillage gets in our belts, otherwise we are in big trouble. Right, now that we have got the reservoir securely in place in the plastic bag and a blanket underneath it, we can now try and get these clamps off, which I've heard an absolute pain to remove, and they recommended using a pick, and you have to get inside a little metal mechanism to release the catch. So I'll try and get my best shot. Now that is now unclamped, so you basically just got to get your little hook inside the little catch like that, and then lever, and eventually it will free itself. Now it's a case of trying to slide this off its original housing, up like that, and we just got some liquid that just squirted out, so that's good. That's now off, and I took off the yellow cap from the new one. I'm going to bung it in there to make sure no more liquid escapes. You need some pliers or something to get this off. I don't want this to break, because if this breaks and I ain't got a spare one to put on. So it's really important you do this carefully, methodically, to ensure there's no breakages. But the clamp's off. I've moved it, so surely now that means I can now slide it off. Well, I'm going to take that away quickly before I make any more mess. Okay, so as you can see, I got the pipe off eventually, but it came off very abruptly and a bit of liquid flying everywhere. So make sure when you're taking yours off, make sure you've got a really good firm grip so yours doesn't like abruptly go in the air and then flick fluid everywhere. So right, here is the new reservoir, and I got it from SPR Autos, and it came as a bundle, so you get the reservoir as well as the Fuchs Titan CHF 11S power steering fluid, which is Mercedes approved, and I'm not sure if you can get it cheaper elsewhere. Maybe just call your local Mercedes dealer and see if they give you a cheaper price, but I got this all as a bundle for around £100, so just bear that in mind, maybe check around. I'll put the link in the description for this, and I'll also put a part number so you can search it yourself. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the bung from the one I just put in and put it back in here. We also want to take off this clip that's connected to this reservoir and put it onto this one, because that connects to one of the pipes. So we've got our new reservoir here, and what we want to do is take off this plastic cap. So now that the plastic cap is removed, we need to put the bottom line, which is the fatter one, on the bottom one. And then we put the skinnier top one on the top, but we put the top one on later because we need to do a flush first. So put it on like that, make sure it's on right at the end. And now it's the really joyous part of clamping it back on. Just wiggle and shuffle until we got it back in the original spot. There we go. Okay, so we now want to jack up the car to begin doing the lock-to-lock procedure to get the fluid out and then putting a new fluid in. So underneath the C63, apparently there is a rubber area where you can, there's a jacking point, which I believe is there. Around on the torch. Okay, so we just got the car jacked up in the air. My father-in-law just decided to turn up, so he helped me put the car up in the air, and he's going to turn the steering wheel whilst I'm simultaneously putting new fluid into the reservoir. And as the reservoir gets new fluid in, the steering lock to lock maybe like 3 times in a row, and it'll be pushing fluid into the old bottle. So then we'll, if the bottle gets full, we'll put the waste away and keep repeating the process until we get some nice limey green fluid. Okay, so we're just going to fill up the reservoir a little bit at a time. So we just cycled the new fluid through, and as you can see now it's a more greeny tinge. Hard to see in camera, but it's a lot more limey now than it was before, instead of that black colour. Got it. Wow. Okay, so after the flush has been completed now, we've got green fluid going through the system. We had to attach this clamp back on and the top hose, which is an absolute nightmare. So just be warned, if you want to do the top clip, it takes a lot of leverage, welly and perseverance. So I've made sure we've got green fluid going through the system, but unfortunately I've run out of power steering fluids. So I am under the minimum inside there, so I can't really conclude this video yet, so I'm gonna have to order some more, because the initial plan, I was going to take this out for a drive to see if I eradicated the whirring noise, but obviously I can't do that now because I ain't got the fluid until probably next week. So I'll probably put this all back together now, and then I'll join you later in this video to see if I can get it all topped up and see if it gets rid of the noise. So I'll see you later. In the meantime, all we're going to do now is put the power steering reservoir back in and do everything in reverse. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, and I have topped up the power steering fluid in my Mercedes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it for a drive to get it warmed up, because that's when the noise occurs to happen, when the car is warm and kind of hot. So I'm going to take it out for a quick drive and I'll relay back to you whether this has cured it. Right, so I just got back from the drive and I put the car through its paces to make sure the fluid has certainly got to temperature and everything, and as you can hear, I think that whirring noise has thankfully disappeared. And I was a bit worried because when I first drove this car off when it was cold, I could still hear that noise, but it seems a quick spirited drive has allowed that to disappear. So I think we may have got it. Well, there we have it. That is mission accomplished, and it does seem to be that the power assisted steering reservoir was the culprit as to why my car was whirring and whining so much. And if anything does change in the future, then I of course will let you know in the comments. But in terms of how long it actually took me to do the job, well, because I was filming, it probably took me the best part, maybe 5 hours or so. However, if I probably wasn't filming, even though I have literally no experience of maintenance at all and working on cars, I probably could have done it in 2.5 hours, because it was actually a relatively easy job. Just as a disclaimer though, before embarking on this job, I'd probably check the power steering fluid levels in your reservoir to make sure they're not too low, as that could be an issue as to why the whirring and whining noise could be occurring. Then if that doesn't work, then I'd obviously then probably try this job, because it is the next cheapest thing to do, is to replace the filter. Then if the problem still persists after that, I'll probably be looking at a new power steering pump or steering rack. Just another thing to add in there, it is an extremely messy job, so I would put plenty of measures in place to make sure you're covered on all bases, otherwise you end up with a driveway like mine. I mentioned earlier you can get the filter and the fluids from SPR Autos, but just have a call around to make sure you can get it from maybe like a Mercedes local dealer cheaper, just in case, because this kit did not suffice enough fluid for me. I had to buy an extra bottle, like I said, and that bottle I actually got from somewhere called Fixer, which was around £12.50. and on Amazon it's around £19 or so. So when you do get this kit, make sure you buy 2 bottles of fluid, because you are probably going to need that extra litre of fluid to make sure you drain out the system fully and have lots of clean fluid in the system. Well everyone, I hope you really enjoyed this video. It's been insightful as to all the trials and tribulations it is to owning a C63, and this wasn't really a bad job at all. And if it has helped you, then please do like and also comment C63 if you made it this far in the end of this video, because I'm interested to see how many of my viewers make it this far. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please do subscribe for plenty of more C63 content and other content still to come. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.